Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into the world of finance with a comprehensive guide designed specifically for all you aspiring accountants out there. Whether you're just starting your accounting journey or need a quick refresher, understanding these fundamental concepts is absolutely crucial. So grab your notebooks because things are about to get informative. All right, let's kick things off with financial modeling. Now, this isn't about strutting your stuff on a catwalk. Financial modeling is all about building a mathematical representation of a company's financial performance. Think of it like creating a crystal ball, but instead of vague predictions, you get concrete insights into a company's future. Next up, we've got the balance sheet. And no, it's not about balancing your checkbook. That's precisely what a balance sheet does. It's a snapshot in time showing you a company's assets, things they own, liabilities, what they owe, and equity, what's left over for the owners. This simple but powerful statement gives you a clear picture of a company's financial position. Now let's talk about the income statement. The income statement breaks down a company's revenues, the money they made, expenses, the money they spent, and ultimately their profit or loss over a specific period. It's your go-to for understanding a company's financial performance over time. Chapter 4, Cash Flow Statement, Tracking the Greenbacks. The cash flow statement meticulously records every dollar coming into and going out of a business. This statement is crucial because it tells you how much cash a company actually has on hand to pay its bills, invest in growth, and keep the lights on. Remember, cash is king in the business world. Chapter 5. Revenue. The top line of business. Let's talk about everyone's favorite topic, money. Specifically, revenue. This is the lifeblood of any business, the money they make from selling their products or services. And let's be real, the bigger the revenue, the better, right? Chapter 6. Expenses, the cost of doing business. Now, while making money is fantastic, we can't forget about expenses, the costs that come with running a business. From rent and utilities to salaries and marketing, expenses are the necessary evils of entrepreneurship. The key is to keep them in check while maximizing revenue. Chapter 7. Net profit, the bottom line. This is the holy grail of finance, the money a company gets to keep after deducting all those pesky expenses from their hard-earned revenue. It's the bottom line of the income statement and the true measure of a company's profitability. A healthy net profit means growth, reinvestment, and maybe even some bonuses along the way. Chapter 8. Gross profit before the big deductions. Before we get to the final profit number, we need to talk about gross profit. This is the profit a company makes after subtracting the direct costs of producing their goods or services. Gross profit helps businesses understand how efficiently they're making their products and sets the stage for calculating that all-important net profit. Chapter 9. Fixed costs, the constant companions of business. These are the costs that stay the same no matter how much or how little a company produces or sells. Think rent, salaries, insurance. Those bills that always seem to be waiting in your mailbox. Understanding fixed costs is crucial for budgeting and figuring out that magic number, the break-even point. Chapter 10. Variable costs, the fluctuating factors. On the flip side, we have variable costs. These costs are like chameleons, changing with the level of production or sales. More products sold, higher variable costs. Chapter 11. Return on investment, ROI, the efficiency metric. This is like the report card for your investments, telling you how efficiently you're using your money to generate profit. A high ROI, you're killing it. A low ROI, time to reassess your strategy. Think of ROI as your financial compass, guiding your investment decisions toward those with the biggest potential payoff. Chapter 12. Assets, what a company owns. Assets. These are the valuable things a company owns. Cash, equipment, buildings, even those cute little company cars. Chapter 13. Now let's talk about the flip side of assets, liabilities. These are the financial obligations a company has, the IOUs they need to pay back. Think loans, accounts payable, and those pesky credit card bills. Chapter 14. Let's talk equity, the part that belongs to the owners. After all those liabilities are paid off, equity is what's left, the owner's stake in the company. Building equity is key for long-term wealth creation and business success. Chapter 15. Now, let's check the pulse of a company's short-term financial health with working capital. This metric tells you how much cash a company has readily available to cover its immediate expenses. A healthy working capital balance is crucial for keeping the lights on and the business running. Chapter 16, Liquidity, turning assets into cash quickly. Imagine you're at a flea market and you've got your eye on a vintage record player, but here's the catch. The seller only accepts cash. It's all about how easily a company can convert its assets into cold, hard cash. High liquidity means a company can quickly access funds to cover expenses or snag up those amazing deals. Chapter 17, Debt-to-Equity Ratio, striking a balance. This ratio tells you how much a company relies on borrowing versus its own funds to finance its operations. A high debt-to-equity ratio can raise eyebrows, signaling potential financial risk. It's all about finding that sweet spot, a healthy balance between leveraging debt for growth while keeping those lenders happy. Earnings per share, or EPS, profitability per share. This metric tells you how much profit a company generates for each outstanding share of its stock. It's like figuring out how much each slice of the profit pie is worth. Higher EPS generally translates to a more valuable company and happier investors. Price to earnings, PE, ratio, the investor's crystal ball. The price to earnings ratio, or PE ratio, is like looking into a crystal ball for investors. It tells you how much investors are willing to pay for every dollar of a company's earnings. A high PE ratio, investors are optimistic about future growth. Chapter 20, Capital Expenditure, CapEx. Investing in the future. This is the money a company spends on significant assets like buildings, equipment, or technology. Think of it as investing in the company's future, boosting its long-term growth potential. Operating expenses, the cost of keeping the lights on. Operating expenses, also known as OPEX, are the costs a company incurs to keep the lights on and the business running smoothly. Keeping a close eye on operating expenses is crucial for maintaining profitability and ensuring the business runs like a well-oiled machine. Depreciation, the gradual decline. This accounting method spreads the cost of a tangible asset, like a computer or a delivery truck, over its useful life. It's like acknowledging that even the best things don't last forever. Amortization, spreading the cost of intangibles. Similar to depreciation, amortization spreads out the cost of intangible assets over time. Think of it as gradually accounting for the cost of these intangible treasures. Dividends, sharing the profits with shareholders. Dividends are like little thank you gifts companies give to their shareholders. Think of it as sharing the spoils of success with those who have a stake in the company. Now, not all profits are distributed as dividends. Some companies choose to reinvest those profits back into the business, and that's where retained earnings come in. Accounts receivable, or AR, is the money a company is owed by its customers for goods or services already delivered or used but not yet paid for. On the flip side, we have accounts payable, or AP. This represents the money a company owes to its suppliers or vendors for goods or services received but not yet paid for. Chapter 28. Budgeting, planning for financial success. Budgeting. It's not the most glamorous word, but it's the cornerstone of financial stability. Whether it's for a business or your personal life, a well-crafted budget is essential for making informed financial decisions. Title: Break-even point. Finding the sweet spot. The break-even point is like finding the sweet spot in business. It's the point where total revenue equals total costs, meaning no profit, no loss. It's a crucial metric for understanding how much you need to sell to cover your costs and start generating profit. Chapter 30, Leverage, amplifying returns, managing risk. This is the practice of using borrowed funds to potentially amplify returns on an investment. Think of it like using a lever to lift a heavy object. You're using a smaller amount of your own money to potentially generate larger returns. However, leverage is a double-edged sword. While it can magnify gains, it can also amplify losses if things don't go as planned. Outro title: That's a wrap. There you have it, guys. 30 essential finance concepts every aspiring accountant needs to know. Now go out there and conquer the world of finance.